6:15 p.m. Monday, February 11th, 2019, episode number 701 of Oh Yeah Dude. My name is Jonathan, and this is Seth.
What's up, man?
What's up, Seth?
Hey, man. I guess the future's so bright. We got to wear shades.
I mean, this is a new leg of our journey.
This is episode
as digital comedians. It's cyber comedy.
Cyber comedy.
I sit Indian style
We both wear sunglasses
with fucking shades.
Sunny G's
We're like the Blues Brothers of podcasting.
of futuristic digital cyber content comedy.
Dude. We're the Chili Peppers. We're the RHCP of podcasts.
Of podcasting. Yeah, dude. America through the eyes of two American Americans. Teenager. Noun. A person aged between 13 and 19 years.
That's us.
It's the teen years are explosive years, Jonathan.
Mm-hmm.
Mind and body.
Yeah.
So
Especially body.
I think anyone listening right now should strap in because anything is possible now. It's basically been a warm up.
We're about to get our pubes.
About to get our podcast pubes.
We got our pod pubes going.
Thank you for joining us.
Show's about to bust its first fucking nut.
This show's
about to get its sperm.
Hey. This show is learning
show's
about
finally
its
getting
body.
Its sperm.
It's learning about... Oh, let me do some more. Bar mitzvah. This whole episode is just going to be
I just know that the bar mitzvahs... I mean, we should throw a bar mitzvah because you get fucking money.
Laced.
You get money for your bar mitzvah.
Laced.
That's what our show in LA should be.
Is
420 Saturday at the Lodge Room in Highland Park, California. Our first show in LA in over 3 years. It's our bar mitzvah or bat mitzvah?
That's for the females. So bar mitzvah.
But is this show collectively, does this show have a feminine energy or a masculine energy? You and I are obviously strapping lads, but collectively...
The future is female. The show is in the future.
Show is futuristic, always has been.
So you're right.
Our future's so bright, it's got to wear. She's got to wear shades.
Why do you think I had these Beezies on? These Ray Beezies brand ambassador.
So it's UID's bat mitzvah.
A Jewish coming of age ritual. I had written down for boys. Let's say boys and girls. According to Jewish law, when Jewish boys, let's just say boys and girls, become 13 years old, they become accountable for their own actions. So before we would blame the podcast, we'd blame it on our folks.
It's my parents' fault I do this.
But now we have to take responsibility for this show. Today, starting with this episode.
This is on us now. This is our problem.
This is it. Thank you so much for joining us. What do you got over there? What's going on?
I got a couple of little things. I don't read my cards anymore before I start.
You're a professional, Jonathan.
I don't need to.
Jonathan, you were doing it for 13 years.
USA Today snapshots. 2017 U.S. civilian occupations with the highest fatal work injury rate. So the highest fatality rates
in the industries.
In work-related fatalities.
Podcasting.
Number one, weekly current event digital hilarity shows.
Podcasting done right. Correct. Done correctly in one of the podcasters' homes. Studio podcast, I can't listen to.
Safe as milk.
Unbelievable. You want me to warm that milk before you guys start your podcast?
Fishermen and
choppy
fishing-related work.
Yeah, hands, fingers.
No, this is fatal. This isn't, I lost a pinky, when I was gutting that sturgeon.
I died
gutting that sturgeon.
But first, I lost a pinky.
I cut my own pinky off.
When looking at, shit. What do you think that is?
Fishing stuff, it's got to be more like...
Sharks.
Falling off a boat and drowning.
Sharks.
It's got to be... It can't be from like... What? It's not from skinning shrimp or whatever.
It's
shucking clams.
Falling off the bug. We lost another one. What happened? He fell off.
Another one fell off.
Too bad. What are we gonna do?
Dun 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 dun. Another one fell off the
boat.
boat.
He's dead. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean that's what those shows are.
Perfect Storm.
Alaskan fishermen, where they're like, "Get inside!"
I thought they all just OD down in like the.
Maybe that's what it is.
Because they're out, out at sea. Oh, shoes off.
Cashmere socks, shoes off.
Wow.
I'm gonna assume that this is death at sea.
Death at sea.
That's 99.8%
of all fishermen die at sea, right? It's crazy.
Every year.
It's crazy.
It's the amount of turnover is
the
nuts.
pay though. The pay is insane. If you can make it back,
if you're part of the 0.2% of the population that makes
never
it
work
back.
again.
So this was deaths per 100,000.
Okay.
Full-time equivalent or equivalent workers. So that's 99.8, almost 100 per 100,000.
I mean, that's like nothing.
This is as fatal as it gets.
All right, I guess.
What about cops? No, that nobody died. Cops don't ever die, huh?
No. They live forever.
Never die. Cops live forever. Logging workers, 84.3.
I can see that.
Pilots and flight engineers, 48.6.
Wow, well, wait a minute.
But not doesn't. You always think of this.
Okay.
Not commercial flights. Talking
so just little
talking
tiny planes.
bumper planes. Fucking
like let me shoot you down to the
fucking crop dusting.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Little island hoppers. Fucking
not pilots.
Commercial.
Not real pilots.
Not commercial airlines.
Not real pilots. So not pilots that have to wear the cap. Just like I can fly a plane. Can you? Yeah. This goes, whoa.
Hold on a second.
I mean, there's a difference right between
Is
a race car driver and your mom,
backwards?
right? A race car driver and your mom going to the supermarket are both drivers. There has to be a difference in skill.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I think. Jimmy Johnson on the track's not my mom in a Honda CRV going to fucking Damula's.
Yes. True.
Maybe. I don't know.
True.
Although my mom, she's never been in an accident, knock on wood, so she could be the best driver. My mom might be the best driver in the country.
In the world.
Mom, you ever thought about racing cars?
Roofers,
45.2.
Just these are deaths. I can't imagine what the injury rates are of like fishermen, roofers, loggers.
The injury rates on roofers is the back. I mean,
and then at 35 per 100,000, refuse and recyclable material collectors.
So that's just like
going through abandoned buildings and falling through fucking floors and shit.
It said collectors. Does that mean like trash men, garbage men, like getting thrown into the?
Ah! I think it means like people going in and stripping, gutting buildings and stripping them of recyclable materials.
But as an occupation, or
Yeah.
as a meth addiction.
Well, I mean,
is that that's not an occupation?
I think there are people not on meth that do it for a living. Yes.
Oh, for real?
It's not just dudes stealing freeway siding, like trying to get a
like copper wire and shit. That's a legal thing you can do as a make a living?
Yeah. I mean, my uncle used to strip airplanes and sell them for scrap. And it was different people that would buy different. You would buy them.
He'd be allowed to do this. He wasn't sneaking.
No. He would go to these like plain graveyards, and they would pay a certain amount of money to be given entrance into these places, and then they can strip them. So what they would do is rip out the wiring harnesses, sell the wiring harnesses, which are all copper wire, to a copper fucking, whatever, salvager or whatever the fuck, who would melt that down and then sell that raw material. But they do it for the sheet metal. They do it. And so they had different people that would buy scrap in bulk. And their job was to basically strip the airplanes. Not their job. It was their profession. They made the money.
What about the seats? Could you sell the seats?
Yeah, seats. They would cut the seats. They would... Okay. I always thought it was like crazy, and it was also like dangerous, if I remember correctly.
Well, you did remember correctly.
Well, because you're just going and like you're ripping apart plane. There's nobody standing over you being like, oh, that's dangerous, don't do that, or like, oh, those batteries are still hooked up to like a fucking. I mean, that there's still electricity running through this thing, or whatever the fuck. But it was dangerous. But yeah, I mean, like people in Detroit, obviously, like there was like people just ransacking old buildings, but then there was also people who were like, this building's going to be demoed. Let's salvage what's there and then sell it, you know, especially metals, because all of that's gotten so much more expensive over the last several years.
All right. I believe that.
But yeah, a lot of places are just, it's just meth heads like stealing your pipes and shit.
Like from
without
your
asking.
actual home. Excuse
Yeah,
me.
like
Actually,
I'm
in here,
I'm
showering.
taking a bath.
Hello, I'm in here. Oh, okay, yeah, thank you. CenturyLink internet service. CenturyLink told us their methodology for taking all of their CenturyLink internet customers. Then they took 10 Google search trends and they've tried to find the search volume for 10 key relationship questions from December of 2017 to December of 2018.
What?
I'm going to give you, they took 10
Is
relationship
this like Valentine's Day kind of oriented?
I guess.
Relationship meaning that, not relationship to the internet company.
No, they just, because they know what we look up.
I got to put my shoes back on. I don't like this.
That's perfect. I didn't like it either.
I know you didn't. I can tell.
The most Googled relationship questions that they found from their CenturyLink customers across
how
this
do I
nation.
tell if my wife is cheating on me?
Am I in love? Was a question. I cheated on my girlfriend. That was the most Googled search trend on CenturyLink internet service in the state of California. They broke it down by state. What was the number one Googled search trend by state? California's was I cheated on my girlfriend. New York State was I cheated on my boyfriend. Mm-hmm. Right? Because there's more, right? We know there's more women singles in New York, right?
Is that why? I
don't know.
Yeah.
The state of Oregon and the state of Rhode Island were the only two states in the nation with the most Google's search term was open relationship.
Oregon and Rhode Island?
Oregon and Rhode Island.
So they're bored.
Open relationship. I'd like to open this up. It's a little constricted.
Just
Wouldn't you say
and
with
me.
us?
Just with the you and me.
You
all
and
the time.
me and you and you and me thing, right?
Back and forth.
Back and
forever.
forth all the time. Right? Right? What if spitballing? Spitballing. Think about it. Google it. Oh, no. How about give me a state and I'll tell you what the most Googled relationship search term.
Iowa.
In the state of Iowa, the most Googled term was how to kiss. Oh. So it's like you watch a YouTube video. You start,
Hawaii.
Hawaii? Hawaii? How do you spell that? Oh, yes. That was how to kiss.
I guess that would seem like not quite a relationship question.
Well, you're in the relationship.
No. If you don't know how to kiss,
you're not in it?
not to say that you're not a good kisser or a bad kisser.
Well,
but
you're
if
obviously terrible if you're looking it up.
But
how
you
to
don't
do
know
it.
You don't know. You could be a great kisser. How to do it denotes that you haven't defined any of your own person. You haven't done it yet. You don't know what you're doing.
How to do this? Yeah.
How to kiss. How to kiss means
how to bake banana bread. You haven't made the banana bread yet.
not like the best banana bread recipe, but just
Like,
how do I do this?
How do I do it? Do I need
Relationship
bananas?
that's pushing it. That's a young person query.
Okay. First, yeah, maybe.
But anyway, what about
Mississippi, what to do on a date?
That's fair.
What do I do?
Texas?
Texas. Does she love me? No. I mean,
Dog.
Did you just Google, does she love me? I can answer that for you right now. 888-842-2357. Hello. No. Goodbye.
Florida?
Florida is I cheated on my girlfriend.
Yeah.
There was some of the others. How to break up in Maryland. How do I do this? How the fuck do I break up?
Well, there's that number you can call.
What number is that?
You send them the information and you'd be like,
His name is Steve.
Yeah.
and somebody calls Steve. Hey, is this Steve? Yeah, who's this? Well, I'm calling on behalf of somebody you might know, dear friend.
Live-in girlfriend.
You know Liz, right? Right? You know Liz? That's a weird way to do it.
Oh, it's horrible.
Oklahoma, how to get over a breakup. Because that a lot of country, right? A lot of just, how do I get on over this here?
I'm just sitting there.
I'm just sitting here. I got my cowboy boots.
dwelling.
And they're just dwelling on this whiskey. How am I going to get over this breakup? I don't know. Write a song about it. Listen to a song about it. That's all you fucking do. Every song. Don't you left me? Yeah, I guess she did. It's the first person it's ever happened to. I'm going to not make it. What else? How about... Is that all of them? How to kiss. Does she love me? How to break up. How to kiss. Cheated on her. Cheated on him. What to do on a date. I think that's all. There was 10. Massachusetts. How to get over a breakup. Okay, interesting.
Why did they do this? Just cause?
It probably was a Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
So get on that. I believe that's Thursday the
That's very
14th.
soon. Very soon.
So yeah, I mean, that's a Russell Stover. Is that a thing? Stover? Stofers?
Stofers is
So
what
can
what you make them.
That'd be a huge mistake if you were
And they
supposed to get Russell Stover and you got Stofers.
I
Like
thought you said you loved Stofers.
you said, you love Stofers. I said Stover. Russell
I
Stover.
don't know, what's Russell Stover?
Russell
Jewelry?
Stover, isn't that a heart-shaped chocolate?
That's called a Russell Stover?
Isn't that the company? Could you get a Russell Stover, like a Stover,
Like a lasagna? Like a
but in
heart-shaped
heart
lasagna?
shape? I love you. I can't. No, I don't.
Heart-shaped lasagna is actually kind of a cool.
It's actually a great idea.
It's a great idea.
You got to make it yourself.
I made you this.
I Googled it. How to kiss a heart-shaped lasagna. What are you Googling? Nothing. They think the phone's for you, and then you run.
Is this
Someone's calling you.
Is this like the cheesy company that's like most famous for making a heart-shaped box of chocolates?
I'm gonna see. Russell Stover.
Stouver.
I'm in Russell Stover here.
Okay.
Oh man,
Stover.
chocolates make a great gift. They really they got the. I mean, what else the fuck? They really get the market on that though.
That's the name of the website. ChocolateMakeAGreatGift.com?
No, it's just chocolatesmakeagreatgift.org. That's what they. A Whitman sampler. It looks like they probably own all the companies.
They got them.
Oh, honey, I got you a bag of pectin jelly beans. You like those, right? You never. Oh, you never said you like sugar-free pectin jelly beans. So sorry.
So sorry.
So sorry. That must be somebody else.
Can we fuck still though?
We're
Tonight?
definitely fucking tonight though, right? Oh, you got to work tomorrow. All right. Okay. That's cool. I mean, this is a fucking mess. Oh shit. Yeah, don't come at it, nobody with no hard candies. And you got it, there has to be someplace near where you live there has to be a mom and pop chocolate place that you could.
But in a heart-shaped box.
You love Nirvana, right? All right, I'm going to play. Let me hit play. It's tough, though. It's tough. Oh, is that caramel, nougat, and toffee? They get their own little...
I love that shit.
You love toffee.
I think boxes of chocolates are great if they're good. If they're gross, they're gross.
If it's good, it's
That's
good.
probably not good.
This is Russell Stover.
Never heard of that. A new study says men's brains appear to be older than women's brains. In terms of brain metabolism, the brain of a typical 30-year-old woman appears to be 3 to 4 years younger than the brain of a 30-year-old man, the study says. This remains true throughout the adult lifespan and may be one clue as to why women often stay mentally sharp longer than men. Brain metabolism might help us understand some of the differences we see between men and women as they age, said study leader author Manu Goyal, an assistant professor of radiology at the Washington University School of Medicine in St. Louis. The study's participants, 121 women and 84 men, ranging in age from 20 years old to 82 years old, underwent PET scans to measure the flow of oxygen and glucose in their brains.
Young brain. Well, that's not good.
What? Why?
You want to be sharp. You want to be
Yeah, but I mean, just like
could be a huge problem based if you factor in an age difference between a couple and then also the brain difference.
Yeah.
Maturity levels are already. I mean, that's a recipe.
But then also the consensus is that women are more mature than men. So so how is it that their brains are younger and yet they mature quicker than we do?
It's how many years? It's not that noticeable. 3 years is not. I mean, you're not going to be talking to somebody and be like, "You said you were 41. Your brain seems."
You seem like 39 tops.
Your brain is just more of a brain of a late. Yeah. They live longer, women, than men. Brains are better and they live longer.
And less degenerative brain disease and stuff like that.
An issue.
I believe.
Live longer, brains sharper. I guess it's really just the urinating outside. It's really like
It's probably that.
that's all we got. I'm sorry, I just wanted to check on Stouffer's. I wanted to.
Do they have heart shape anything?
They have. I guess you could turn this chicken. They have a chicken enchilada. They have a lasagna with meat sauce. You could probably
push into a mold.
So you put on Nirvana. You take out the Stouffer's out of the oven. Your wife comes home. She's like, "What the fuck is going on?" You're like, "I love you." Da-na-na-na-na-na. And then you present her with her frozen heart-shaped lasagna with meat sauce. You said you love Stouffer's. You fucking idiot. I didn't say Stouffer's. I said Russell Stover. Sugar-free, pectin, hard candy, jelly beans. It's tough. Really, you got to give gifts. It can't just be about Valentine's Day. You got to have that shit on a random day in March. Baby.
What, Stouffer's?
No. Your whole presentation. You can't just, you have to have that. Baby, I cooked and cleaned all day in this oven. I put it on 350. And then I jumped online and I looked up butts. And then a few minutes later, I threw this in the oven.
Then I went back.
And then I went back, looked at butts till you got home. Now look, I love you and I made this.
We're fucking tonight, right? I got a new complaint.
No, okay. There was a lot of talk about that Mayan calendar, was there not? December 21st.
Out of my own mouth.
2012, you had a lot of predictions. I'm sure if we rolled back some of these apps, you probably made a lot of bold predictions in 2012 about the end of the world. But then I know a lot about, people talk about cell regeneration every 7 years. I know you've told me a lot about that. Chakra realignment and life cycles.
That's something you've told me about.
So
put me up on game.
Well, then let's assume that this December will have been 7 years. Is it possible that the seers, the soothsayers, could have actually thought the end times were not December 21st, 2012, but actually December 21st, 2019? Could I say that? I just did. Is it possible?
So it just took all this time for our cells to die.
In the regeneration of the chakras to really be about, they didn't really mean 2012. What they really meant
was 7 years after.
Which is 2019. So I guess we just ride this out.
So this is the last year on Earth.
So this is the last year on Earth. So Jake Gyllenhaal and I are getting together. We're writing a sequel.
Jake Gyllenheimer.
Jake Gyllenheimer. Oh, you thought I said Gyllenhaal? No, it's a buddy from college, Jake Gyllenheimer. We're writing a sequel to 2012. It's called 2019. So
there's a lot of bad things going on with the Earth at the moment.
You mean in general?
Just
ecologically.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it would stand
to reason
that maybe it could pop off.
The calendar was 7 years off.
As often things are. About 7 years off.
It's always about that time.
Oh.
So just something to keep in mind.
That we're
not
going to be here much
when
longer.
you're picnicking this weekend. Something to think in mind.
We're we're
That's something to think in mind.
into the second, well into halfway through the second month of the last year
Of
on
this
our
last year.
It's
Yeah.
fine.
We'll see.
Night food. NIGHTFOOD. Night food. Nighttime ice cream. Delicious, creamy, and dreamy. Formulated by top sleep experts to be sleep expert approved. This is high protein,
Okay.
low sugar,
That's what we like, right?
digestive enzymes, magnesium, and amino acids like glycine.
Oh, that's one of the great amino acids.
So this is ice cream to eat
You
to
can
go
eat
to
this
sleep.
at night. It satisfies your cravings, yet really what it's doing, it's approved by sleep experts to help you sleep.
I mean, you know I like this idea
It's a great idea.
because I just normally just eat regular ice cream.
I'm saying, what you could do, we'd have to see how it tastes.
Like
Because-
shit.
Yeah, because a Ben and Jerry's and a half an Ambien would create a desirable effect if this is what you were going for, regardless of any other ingredient or glycemic amino acid. Just, snort half an Ambien, eat that pint. I'll see you tomorrow. Maybe, if you get up. If you wake up through the alarm, we'll see. But on the
They've
blogs,
made a lot of flavors.
on my food blogs, people are ranting and raving. So I just thought, 2019 being a year of brand ambassadorship, I just thought I'd put that out there to the people at Night Food for you. I think it would only be appropriate if, a pint was sent your way, so you would...
A recent survey found that more than half of Americans consider ice cream an evening snack, with an additional quarter of them classifying it as a late-night indulgence.
Okay.
Ice cream was named the second most popular night snack choice, according to research firm Mintel.
Intel. So, kid tested, sleep doctor approved. Pick your poison, and we'll see what happens.
Trying to see what they say about the taste of them.
Well, as we've learned with all of these things, the taste, that's the last thing they're worrying about with these things. Right? That's the one thing they haven't totally quite figured out.
Over $1 billion is spent weekly on nighttime snacks.
Okay.
See, that's the information that we need
That's the information we need.
in order to, really...
Get down to the nectar
Yeah.
of it. Okay. So if it's $1 billion just on nighttime snacks, we got to get into that's the space we need to be moving into, the nighttime snack game.
I think, it's a big game.
It's a large space, Jonathan.
It's a large space, especially if we, somehow get, some sort of...
Are there any other snacks, or do we lose? Is ice cream the only one? What else would they want to eat at night?
cereal.
Cereal at night?
Yeah, it was the second one.
Okay. So let's get into that. God, this cereal's making me super sleepy.
Sometimes I just go into the fridge and I just take a spoon and I just scrape half a half a tablespoon of butter,
Butter bites.
and then and then
Totally.
then fill up the rest of it with peanut butter.
Peanut butter.
Peanut butter.
There it is.
Peanut butter's the best.
Peanut butter.
Sandwiches are I don't know, maybe the best thing
We don't
in the
have
world.
time for bread. How do we?
That's
just?
what I'm saying. So you just spoon it
We spoon it.
straight from the fridge.
Spoon it straight from the fridge. Jonathan Larroquette presents peanut butter. Good night. Is this good for you? Don't worry about it.
No,
Don't
definitely
worry about
not
that.
good for you.
And listen, we're not worried about
But
that. Does it help you sleep?
It's vegan, and yes, it helps you sleep.
It's vegan and it helps you sleep. Good night, sweet prince. Get them Z's. Jonathan presents peanut butter.
You could probably do it with a vegan butter
Like an earth balance?
and a almond butter.
Okay.
Maybe cut some of the old trans fats, maybe, or
Get some
something like that.
melatonin in there. Team up with a melatonin
Maybe a little
producer.
supplement,
Wow.
some CBD.
A little CBD for your aches and pains. Okay. Maybe a little drip of Molly. Not even a half a tincture, just a touch.
That might be getting a little crazy.
Okay. Where you're watching TV, you want
could
to feel good.
suggest that if they have said
That can be.
it's up to you.
That's the yes.
Choose your own adventure.
Choose it. That's what we're up to these days.
Peanut butter butter.
Peanut butter butter by Jonathan.
J-Dog's CBD infused peanut butter butter.
Peanut butter butter. Good night, sweet prince.
But what they're saying is that people go for sugary, fatty things.
Okay.
I don't know what that's about because it disrupts your
deliciousness.
It disrupts your sleep patterns. But when you wake up, it's often what people are craving is something like that.
Like in the night.
Yeah. Like I never understood people that like wake up and make like a fucking sandwich. You know, people like in their sleep like.
I think that's just.
And they're like.
That's just in the
just
movies. Yeah, that's totally like the movies. Put some provolone on this. Do we have any yellow mustard or spice? Like, what are you doing? It's 3:30 in the fucking morning.
Yeah.
It's fine. I'm getting up in 2 hours. I'm just gonna have a hoagie. Chips. That's total fucking yeah. That's TV bullshit.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, buddy, we need one more scene. How about he wakes up and
all
makes
like,
a sandwich.
He's like half asleep talking to
just
himself. He's making a sandwich.
He talks about his dead dad and makes a sandwich. Okay. Fucking people, man. What are you doing in there? Nothing.
Yeah, I think it's I always wake up craving something
with butter
to weigh me down.
Yeah.
Something to like
comatose so you
me.
got a weighted blanket on. If you can get the weighted blanket off of your body, and then your fucking sleep crown pillow, and then weight it down with some butter bites. Or there was no
butter
peanut.
bites.
No, just straight
butter bites.
Butter bites. It's just 2 scoops of butter. butter.
Jonathan's
J-Dog's butter bites. So it's just butter.
It's twice the butter.
Yeah, it's just twice. You just do it twice. Okay. The use of artificial intelligence just might provide the key ingredients that make the next meal taste better. That's the hopeful outcome from a research collaboration revealed between McCormick and Company, you know them spices, and IBM.
Spike?
Do they make Spike? No.
Who makes Spike?
Spike
It's
might
by
just be its
Gaylord.
own like...
I think Spike's owned by Gaylord.
Gaylord makes Spike? No. IBM Research cooked up the AI solution for McCormick, which has been a giant in the flavor business. 100 years, Jonathan. There could be this perfect ingredient that you don't know about until fucking Watson comes in and tells you. Finding the right recipe for flavorful formulas is typically meant adding or subtracting and changing ingredients. There could be as many as 150 iterations in some case before a product is deemed commercially ready. What we can do now with IBM is we can learn about what people in India do versus what people do in Europe or North America. Then we can cross-pollinate these ideas in the lab in a way that normally wouldn't have been able to be done without this AI streamlining. McCormick has 20 food labs in 14 countries, and they have collected millions of proprietary sensory science data points related to customers' palates and taste preferences. The dream vision is in a global lab to take advantage of this collective wisdom, Jonathan, put together flavors and spices that you never even fucking dreamed possible. That's AI. That's science.
But what about, couldn't they just do it through some type of like,
A Rolodex? I mean,
Sorry.
you can't keep track of that in a fucking legal
Spike
pad.
is a seasoning sensation. Originally created in the Italian kitchens
got
of
that.
internationally acclaimed gourmet nutritionist
I got that in my closet.
Gaylord
I got that in
Hauser.
this apartment. It's in the studio right now.
What did I tell you?
Oh, it really was.
Gaylord Hauser.
Gaylord Hauser is created. I get the no salt one.
That's what this one is.
All right.
Salt free.
Oh, it's got all the spices. It's got paprika?
I'm sure.
Did it got cumin?
I love Spike.
Do you got oregano?
Couldn't they do it with AI where you get some sort of nanobot
This is like
tech to go into your face, into your mouth, and make bad things taste good? Because like flavor tripping, where it could just stimulate certain taste buds and be like, no, what you're tasting is this. And then it's like,
And
well,
you
it's
like
not
it.
that, but that tastes good.
Thought it was cilantro. It's actually cinnamon. You like it? I guess. You tricked me with this. What is it?
Flavor tripping?
Flavor bot that got
Flavor
put in
bot.
here.
Nano flavor bot.
But couldn't we just use this AI technology to take every spice known to man? It's kind of like when you're at the fucking Coke Freestyle. We're spice freestyling with McCormick right now. I never thought to put that with that.
And how does the AI know?
The AI knows everything, dude. It knows everything. It scans your fucking tongue. It knows what your tongue is
That's
into.
what I'm saying. If it knows what your tongue's into, maybe it can be like, you know what you'll probably love then is
Yeah.
these two.
Have you ever been to Bangladesh? No, I haven't. Hold on.
Open
Beep,
your
boop, beep,
mouth.
boop, boop. Yep. Drop it in. I never would have had that. Now it's all I eat.
Well, yeah, I mean, you're that way with, what is it?
Yeah, just takes
you
one
love
thing.
curry right now. No.
Curry's my thing. I can't get enough curry. I'm in large amount. The soup. Amy's soups. You got curry? You got Indian yellow curry? Oh, you don't have it. Okay.
Disappointed.
I'm out. Okay. You got Kathmandu lentil? What do you have? It's just those flavor profiles. You have to stimulate the palate. Maybe that's what you mean by your robot. You need something to get in there and tell you what you need to be told what you
But
don't
I'm
know.
saying you should be able to trick me so that I'm eating
So it doesn't
things
matter
like
what-
that are good for me that don't taste good, and it
Okay.
tastes to me like I'm eating fucking butter bites.
God, this broccoli tastes exactly like my peanut butter bites. How?
Nanotech.
AI nanotechnology with McCormick. You know McCormick?
Gaylord?
Oh, Gaylord team with McCormick? Fuck off. Yeah, it's crazy. The Spike now is infused with high protein.
It's called Spizike.
So it's really crazy. It's 24 grams of protein with every dash you do. God, my gains are insane. Thank you, Gaylord.
Thanks, Gaylord.
You're welcome. Saturday, March 23rd, the Hoboken Mac and Cheese Festival at Our Lady of Grace Church on Willow Avenue.
I'd fuck it
From
that.
noon to
I would
5.
Fuck that up.
I knew you would, which is why I tell you, unfortunately, the tickets have already sold out.
Of course. I
I
mean,
mean, to get on that fucking quick.
I bet.
That's just a reminder. If it's something that you like,
You better get
there's
it.
an announcement made for a ticket, per se. You got to get on that quick. Now, all the restaurants in Hoboken are coming out. The Shepherd and the Knucklehead.
So this
Sauced,
is just a
the Mad
shootout
Hatter.
of Hoboken mac and cheese.
Hoboken Mac and Cheese. Who's got House of K?
So is there
brass rail.
is it known is it
Oh,
public
it's
knowledge that
hotbed.
Hoboken is a hotbed of great mac and cheese?
Tony Baloney's? Forget about it. You ever had Tony Baloney? Yeah, I've had Tony Baloney's mac and cheese. The fuck you think I am, a
Used to get
monster?
it frozen and shipped
Yeah.
out here to L.A.
Kidding me? For
Couldn't
the
live
first
without
12 years
it.
I lived out here.
Couldn't live without
I used to
it.
bring it on the set. Leo. Tony Baloney's. So, probably shouldn't even have mentioned that because that shit straight sold out. 888-842-2357. Let me know if you got
Who's
tickets.
going to that? Who's
going to
scalping?
that?
Who's-
on StubHub.
who's holding?
Bought a ticket for $400 to the
Oh
Hoboken
my god,
Mac and Cheese.
I got full VIP though, backstage
I
pass.
think this shit's going to be fucking insane. I'm going to meet Tony Baloney.
I'm gonna try and
I mean,
fuck.
I'm
I'm
gonna
gonna
fuck
try and
his-
fuck
yeah.
Tony Baloney's
I'm going
son.
to fuck his son, Sal Baloney. Fuck that fool. I'm going to fuck him. Did you fuck Sal Baloney? Fuck yeah, I did.
Yeah, I was like rolling
My
hard.
dad fucked Tony Baloney and I fucked Sal Baloney. What do you have to say about it? I got the recipe right here. I fucked him for the recipe. Yeah, my mac and cheese is off the. What? You got the recipe? How? It's 3 generations.
I had to blow 3 generations of the Baloney family.
You remember Ernest fucking Baloney, the grandfather? You didn't want to know. It was WW2. It's a long story. Have my mac and cheese.
Just enjoy the
Enjoy
mac
my
and
mac and cheese.
I've worked hard for.
3
I've
generations.
earned it.
We've all earned this.
Listen, we've earned this. Just
Enjoy it. Stop asking questions and eat it. For Christ's sakes.
When Americans die, most are
Very sad.
buried.
It's very sad.
Anytime an American
Stop.
dies,
Don't make that. Come on, it's very sad.
anytime an American dies, it's sad.
Super sad. If they die in Russia, I don't even think twice about it. So, but listen.
They are either buried. Most are buried or cremated.
Or lost at sea. They're a fisherman.
They're fishermen. Washington could soon become the first state to allow another option. That's human composting. A novel approach known as recomposition. It's sort of a misnomer. That's reanimation. Involves
I was thinking of
placing-
thinking of Reanimator. Thinking of the film Shocker. Is that a movie?
The novel approach known as recomposition involves placing bodies in a vessel
Okay.
and hastening their decomposition into a nutrient-dense soil that can then be returned to the families. The aim is a less expensive way of dealing with human remains that is better for the environment than burial,
Sounds great.
can leach chemicals, which can leach chemicals into the ground, or cremation, which releases earth-warming carbon dioxide. Quote, people from all over the state who wrote to me are very excited about the prospect of becoming a tree or having a different alternative for themselves, said State Senator Jamie Peterson, a Democrat, who is sponsoring the bill in Washington's legislature to expand the options for disposing of human remains. The recomposition bill would also make Washington the 17th state to allow alkaline hydrolysis, the dissolving of bodies in a pressurized vessel with water and lye until just liquid and bones remains. Peterson plans to introduce the bill. Good luck with that. When the new legislation
was fine, so you got to that
sessions begins
The
next
first
month.
part was sounded so great. In a vessel, you return back.
Yeah,
you're a
but you
tree.
actually just get like boiled,
yeah,
dissolved
the second one
into
was
like a
you're boiled
bucket.
down. Yeah.
My understanding is that
But then you can be a tree, right? Isn't that the idea?
that might be a bit of a stretch.
Well, if it's
I mean, you could be a tree if your ashes are scattered into the soil too. That it's like, oh, the ash, it adds to the fucking carbon, and I mean, it all.
Yeah.
We all become trees one way or the other, man.
really, man, crazy.
We all wind up in a fucking tree somewhere.
I want to be a palm tree.
I think.
It sounds beautiful.
I mean, you can. You can do whatever the fuck you want with your own body. Your family should be able to do whatever you want or whatever.
We should. I don't think you can do whatever you want.
No, you can't.
But in theory,
Not anything. I'm saying within reason, you should be able to be disposed of in whatever way you see fit, or your family sees fit, so long as it, I guess, maybe goes along with, it adheres to whatever health code laws or whatever, which is why there's no backyard burial. I mean, it's illegal to bury a dog in your backyard
really.
because of decomposition and stuff like that. The other
Is that
thing
a new
about
thing?
it, I'm sure in certain places it don't
You should
fucking
get
matter.
away with that shit back in the day.
I mean, you can get away with a lot of shit in a lot of other places still, but out
Okay.
here, you're not allowed to bury your dog in the fucking backyard. It's a fucking huge penalty if you do it here and you get found out about it.
How the fuck they gonna know? Neighbors. Neighbors.
But it's because then you have this rotting
Narcs.
corpse that seeps into the fucking
Yeah, that ain't good.
water
That ain't
lines or
good.
whatever. I don't know the fuck. But my understanding is that anything like flesh based like that, to compost it and turn it into fertilizer is apparently not. It's not an easy. I don't know. You're not allowed.
The idea is it's you're put in with hay and different sort of organic material, and then
but you're still meat, and meat rots, whereas vegetables, decompose and stuff, which it rots, but it becomes
Okay.
mulch and stuff like that. But when flesh rots,
Ooh.
it becomes toxic.
Okay.
And putrid and nasty, and so I don't understand quite how they go from your like boiling your fucking skin and guts out into a
Yep.
and then mixing you up with what
Beautiful soil.
Carrot fucking shavings, and
Just
then
like
you're like going
Kale
out.
and just here you go.
But yeah, I guess
But
the thing about all of that stuff is, I think, like you were saying, the concept, the vision that one has is always much more glamorous or less brutal than the reality of it is.
in terms of
In terms of the way that we've created, just like the ways that we've created ways of hiding the reality of what it takes to get, to prepare meat for consumption
Okay.
of other animals, the disposing of human death is,
I mean, as an industry.
you either bury it in the ground so you don't have to see it rot.
Okay.
You cremate it, which you're like, oh, it just goes
You
up
got to
in
embalm
smoke.
it first. You gotta.
What's that?
Don't you?
Which is also disgusting.
Yeah, I mean, you got to make it.
And then-
make it out. You better put a lot of makeup on.
But
man.
you got to suck its blood and guts out, then make it up, make it look like it's
you
okay.
better, like,
It's
God, his
okay.
cheeks are like-
Then you put it in the ground as quickly as possible because it's gonna fucking
Whoa,
start to
hold
like
on, hold on,
disintegrate.
Hold on. I want people to see. If you're gonna do me up right, I want people to see.
But I'm saying we only have a window of time to do that before like holes start forming in your face.
White his eyes are. Yeah, they really.
So the other option is cremation, which everyone thinks, oh, it's like it just burns and everything goes up. But then it's like I've talked about when I had to do it with my dog Princess. they burn all the skin and blood out, and then they have to pulverize your bones.
I don't want to.
So like the powder that you get isn't like, oh, this is just the ashes that were left from the fire. It's like, no, this is like what after we like smashed your animal or loved one's skeleton with like a pneumatic fucking hammer, like until it turned into dust, and now we're giving you that dust. Like it's not like it's just and then
the person
this,
doing that is the
it's
one
like
giving it.
you're gonna be a tree after you sit in like a metal tank and have like your
vessel.
It's like boiled off your body. It ain't good.
Gently heated off.
The Tibetans, the way that they would do it is they would like they put your body at the top of a mountain.
Okay.
And then they just let
But
vultures
the birds pick at it.
pick your body.
I don't know
apart.
about that. That sounds
because they're just like, yeah, just feed the fucking world like directly.
okay.
Like you're a fucking. This is just a chunk of meat. You're gone.
So they let the
just tear them up.
So could you just
chop
essentially
it up, literally? You'll see. You can find footage. They're like hacking up bodies and then just putting it out, and these vultures are just like ripping it apart.
So I could just take you to Big Bear and like throw you in the woods. Would that be?
Yeah, I mean, I guess.
And that's what you want, right? You said that. Okay, so
Could
that's
you sign
that's
this?
on episode 701. We
sign
have
this?
that on the record.
What do
Yeah,
you
we-
want?
I don't want. I haven't.
You don't want to die.
I don't want to die.
Yeah, me neither, man.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. No.
But what?
no.
What am I gonna do with you when you do?
Don't worry about it. I'm gonna live forever. But I'm taking you to Big Bear. That's gonna be a beautiful ceremony.
I'm rolling you down
When
the
I
hill.
roll you down, like, oh fuck, they are eating that fool. Tibet. I'll just yell something.
Tibet!
Himalayas.
Free Tibet.
Free Tibet. We're all one. Something like do a mandala or throw some
I mean,
sand
you don't
on
want to
you or
be
something.
put in lie.
No, I've always told the truth. I don't
mean,
want to
you're-
be put in lie.
You. I mean, you're Catholic, for better or for worse. I mean, your mother would be mad if I was like, I'm gonna cremate Seth, and you can't stop me. I'm gonna steal his body. I mean, she's gonna want to.
I'm Mr.
She's
Steal
gonna
your, I'm
outlive
Mr.
you.
Steal your son.
I know that Marsha's gonna outlive you, so I mean, she's gonna want like an open casket.
Yeah.
She's gonna want you in your like suit from First Communion.
Look at that makeup. He is beautiful.
God, those pants are short on him.
His pants are short, but his cheeks are red.
Flush.
Flush cheeks.
You wouldn't even know.
God, his eyes are white. How did they do that?
How did they do his
They
eyes?
painted it. They actually used white.
It's just his lids.
It's literally his lids.
It's just the
They
lids
just took
of his
white
eyes.
spray paint. Just beautiful boy. Beautiful boy. In Woodbine, New Jersey, the New Jersey wildlife officials just announced that they caught 3 would-be poachers with the help of a stuffed, quote, robotic deer. Now, a Department of Environmental Protection spokesman says that conservation officers have used these types of decoys to catch illegal hunters in the past. It's basically bait deer is what we're doing here.
Yeah.
The decoy, dubbed robo deer by state wildlife officials,
Catchy.
was strategically placed around southern New Jersey in December as part of a hunting enforcement effort. The deer hunting is permitted only on designated days from a half hour before sunrise until a half an hour after sunset. Conservation officers said they apprehended 2 would-be poachers in Peasley Wildlife Management Area in Woodbine and another would-be illegal hunter at Makepeace Wildlife Management Area in Atlantic County. So they just set it out there, just like we do, just like a bait car in San Francisco, and they just sit and they wait.
I think that's awesome.
Fantastic.
They should do it. They should do more of it. The other
You
thing
mean not just deer, you mean just bait, you know. You just
Bait
mean the
life.
bait life in general.
Bait life.
Should be for everything.
Yeah, I mean, like I should like
They should do bait coffees for you in
Trying to-
Starbucks. The
I
way
was-
you try to take it when people do those orders, like
did it yesterday.
mobile ordering. Like this is bait mobile ordering at Starbucks, and then just someone drops out of the fucking ceiling on you.
Dog, if you mobile order something and it's 90 minutes later and it's sitting there, that's a fucking free for all.
It's a felony.
If I don't fucking intervene, that shit is going in the garbage.
That's wasteful.
That's what I'm saying.
So what you're doing is
I'm eating those egg bites.
you are eating these egg
And I'm
white
enduring
egg-
the fact that they're cold and
It doesn't
stale.
matter. Because they're going to be thrown out.
So that's trash. This is trash if I don't do something about it.
That's sick.
I'd
So what you're doing-
rather it turn into feces than trash.
And I'm a hero, so that's why I steal from you. Good day.
I'm going to go to the CVS now and steal some
You know
batteries.
what? I mean, this looks like this expires in September. It's February now. By the time someone buys this, I shall take this now. because I will use it up before September. Immediately.
I did it yesterday.
Well, no one's gonna eat this
I also
fucking-
became a gold member.
What does that mean?
It
Congratulations.
means I spend so much money at Starbucks that I'm a gold member.
Congratulations.
So I get free drinks.
Is your
and stuff.
picture up in there? Do they do that?
That'll happen soon.
That'd be so cool.
But I stole some
Gold members.
sous vide eggs.
So our gold members are stealing from us. I've stolen more from the Starbucks than anybody else. I'm a gold member.
I watched the guy steal shit the other day. Crazy homeless dude come in, and he was very, very, very crazy and very dirty.
But how was his technique? Was it flawless?
No, it was wild. He walked up to the counter, tried to say something.
Do you have USA Today?
Yeah, it was that kind of thing, and had this pained look on his face. Picked up a sandwich, looked at the fucking sandwich.
That's good.
Made crazy face, put it down, walked out of the fucking store.
Okay.
And then just
you don't want to leave and come back.
Left, walked in, turned back in, went straight back
Grabbed
to the
that
sandwich,
and
then went to the other cooler, grabbed a juice, and then just
went right out.
Bounced out.
You followed him on. You were like, "Sir, I saw what you did. Not the best technique. Sit down with me. I'm a gold member. Let me tell you.
This is how
let me show you how you could have done it.
This is how you steal and get thanked.
Do you want to be a gold member like me?
No, I didn't do anything.
Okay.
I didn't.
He's fine.
I didn't stop him. I didn't pay for it. I didn't ask the Starbucks people if they saw it. I didn't.
Do you have your president? Is Howard Schultz running for president? Is he?
None of my business.
I'm gonna go outside.
I felt bad for him.
Well, fuck yeah.
And then also I realized that they kind of merchandise the store a little bit to sort of, I feel like,
allow for that.
I think there might be some provision for it.
It's good. It's nice for the community.
But then if you think about it, they throw away so much fucking food at the end of every day. It's like,
Doug,
it's so insane to me,
Doug,
that perfectly good food.
We live in a garbage world.
It's wild when I see, because I know the dudes that work there, so I see them, and I see them pushing these fucking gigantic fucking trash cans, and obviously some of it's trash, which is going to go in the ocean.
By trash, you mean all of it, just even as when it's served, just ready to eat is fucking trash. What are these things you're eating?
What do you mean? It's sous vide
Are they
eggs.
good? What does that mean? That sounds French.
Yeah, it's French.
I thought that Starbucks was based on an Italian concept.
French eggs.
Ooh.
It's fine.
Okay. Edible.
Totally.
It's free. It's got to taste good.
I mean, nothing tastes better than free.
I mean, everything I'm getting in there, I'm a gold member. It's all free. How can it not be good?
No, their baked goods aren't very good, but their sandwiches and everything are
I
good.
mean, they're just serving coffee. The guy's a fucking billionaire. What do you want?
But why
I don't
so
know.
much waste?
I don't know.
I thought they were going to phase out straws and shit. All of a sudden, all these people were walking around with plastic cups with sippy cups on them. And I was like, what? Oh, they're phasing out straws? And it's like, no.
It's like the backlash.
It's like there's...
It's like those, what are they called?
People
Those guys
putting
get in the
two straws
truck
and
and they
stuff.
go on the Priuses and they, what is that called? When they
truck balls?
No, when they
Truck nuts?
dust them with the...
Oh, with the diesel
You know
shit?
they got about diesel? You a Prius? And they cover them in smoke. That's what people do. They come
Four
with
straws.
12 straws. You can't tell me. All right. Why is everything got to be so trolly?
Fuck a turtle.
Why is everybody going to be so fucking trolly about everything?
Fuck a sea turtle.
I'll fuck a sea turtle in this fucking place. Is this Starbucks? I've never been in here. I'm going to fuck a sea turtle in here. Holding 10 straws in each hand. Got truck nuts. I'm going to dust you. Don't dust me.
I don't know.
People throwing away food.
I keep it either vegan
Or bison.
primitive wild game.
You go bison or lentil. There's
it.
no in between with you.
I
That's
either
what I like.
primitive trapper or,
January's vegan.
or urban vegan freegan.
February's primitive trapper. I'm like, what? That smells weird. Why is Misha trying to get... It's bison soup. Okay. I didn't know that was a thing. This is shrimp taco and bison soup. From the sea and the land. This month. Next month, vegan yoga. April, shooting fucking guns. I'm going to Vegas for 2 weeks. I'm going to shoot in the desert. Eat steak. I'm going to only eat steakhouses. Okay? Rare. But that's good. You gotta explore. That's why we're here to.
Listen, dude. It's like I have to know what's going on in the world.
I know you do.
Otherwise,
for what are we doing
can't
here?
fucking weigh the fuck in on anything.
You got to know what the fuck is happening here. That's what makes it. This is what makes it work.
You know, I was thinking about what you said. What you said to me last week, you were like, "Is it safe to assume that you're talking about these gun videos and
this prelim work
that it's this is pre-pro that with it by March you'll own a gun?" And I was like laughing about that, and then over this last week, like something I don't think I've conveyed and I think it probably goes without saying, but man, some of the people in this world and some of these people that are making these types of videos, like,
oh, I mean, dog.
This is a real dark area to be in right now. Like, trying to do research on giant gun companies' websites, like huge staple companies, not like rogue, like I made this on my DOS computer. And these motherfuckers still have banners with like Hillary Clinton with like a nasty look on her face, like, and I'm like, are you guys cool? Like,
no.
Like, what the fuck is going on? Like, I mean, such vehement defense, such staunch support for certain concepts and ideas that are like, it's very, very wild. And then, like, nobody's chill about it. Like, there's no, like, chill bros. I mean, there are a few you get.
There's not.
Most of them are survivalists. Survivalists are different because survivalists are more like in that Jeremiah Johnson type, like, no, I'm actually cool. Like, I don't need to be, like, up in this.
Okay, but let's like slow down on I'm actually cool.
No, I mean they're pretty cool.
No, they're not.
Yeah, they're doing their thing.
Yep, they are.
They're doing their thing,
and they're letting everyone know about it.
No,
it's cool.
No. I'm saying these dudes are pretty, very level-headed. No opinions, no politics.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
I would say yes. Yeah, absolutely. And dealing with more of like a skill set type kind of how-to video type things.
Okay.
No real like no camo, like bug out, just sort of like no talk about this is how you like live and survive if you like are about to die, and this is how you don't die, kind of shit.
All right.
It's like survivalist, true survivalist, not separatist, not like
just true outdoorsman.
Yes,
outdoors women,
but those are few and far between.
Okay,
the majority of them,
99%,
are
psychotic,
fucking gross.
Okay.
Fucking gross.
And so it's odd because this is a world you've had to inhabit just to gain some insight, and
there is no way to learn.
Temper that. There's no other way to get there.
There's no way to divert around that in order
psychosis. You got to get into it.
Unless obviously there's probably no. I don't think there is at this point. Obviously, you could go back and read like factual books about like the history of firearms or something like that. But if you're looking for like current things and you're like looking up a review, like you are going to run smack dab into these fucking dudes.
It's happening.
Like it's wild. It's fucking wild.
Wow.
And what's wild is that there is no other voice in that world. So there is this feeling of like, oh, these are the only people like that are pursuing this
actively.
Actively.
Yeah.
And that to me is disturbing.
Yeah.
Like it's tough to find like Johnny Vegan AR-15 man, on there. Although some of those guys exist, but like for the most part, they're locking her. They're still talking about locking her up. They still want to lock her up.
No question.
We haven't seen her in fucking 4 years. Lock her up.
Can't remember.
Why is she still on your fucking website? Like, what the fuck is going on? Where did you find this picture of her where she looks like she is like seething, like that she's like calling for the death of like she's like It's like in the middle of a fucking.
Yeah.
Why? Nothing more important than voting this. But like, take this off of your website.
Yeah. If she's elected, dog. That was 40 years ago.
Huge gun companies.
Oh,
multi-billion-dollar companies. A petition by the Denver Psilocybin Mushroom Decriminalization Initiative
incredible
has
group
reached the required number of signatures to mandate a citywide vote. As a result, citizens of the Colorado capital will be able to vote on the question of psilocybin decriminalization on May 7th, 2019. The Denver proposal will not directly make magic mushrooms legal like a cup of coffee or a beer per se. Instead, it seeks to make the drug a lowest law enforcement priority by prohibiting the city from imposing criminal penalties on people over the age of 21 for the use and personal possession of psilocybin mushrooms. Quote, an estimated 1 in 6 Americans are taking psychiatric medication, and there is a rampant epidemic of prescription drug abuse across the country. Decriminalize Denver say on their website, quote, the need for powerful medically effective alternatives in addition to traditional pharmaceutical interventions is clear to all. The bottom line is that no one should face severe criminal penalties for possessing, using, or cultivating a naturally occurring substance.
Come on, man. Just keeping it real over there in
I
Denver.
I got arrested for
your life turned
psilocybin
upside down,
mushrooms.
dog.
I was facing 15 months for my first offense.
In prison. Well, jail, but... So,
What's the difference?
I mean, why can't you... Oh, you want to go to prison, dog. What's the problem, officer? What is in your pockets? Well, this is... I keep my weed right here. I keep my mushrooms right here. I live in Denver. Is that why your brother moved to Denver? Because he wants to fill both pockets with mushrooms and fucking
I would
weed?
say my brother's not fond of the culture that's surrounding that area right now because of that stuff. But I'm sure he's pro decriminalization of drugs because he's a normal, like,
adult human being,
progressive, forward-thinking human being.
How that would be spot on.
That'd be great. I mean, peyote, mushrooms, all that shit should be fucking,
Oh, yeah. But it looks like in Colorado, they fucking got the signatures and shit's about to pop off.
I mean,
is that not going to happen?
No, I mean, it's
people will be like, what?
I don't know. Can they just? It's just a citywide thing.
Statewide.
If it's
statewide,
it ain't gonna happen.
Because once you get
Got
out
too
of
many
Denver,
good old boys in the. Citywide. If it was like a urban thing, that
like just Denver.
Yeah, like in Denver, like we'll just like a city municipality, like a municipality thing where they're like, we don't enforce these laws.
Do you?
You
take it to the state.
That's gonna be tough.
Kind of happens everywhere,
I believe
right?
that would be the first state in the history of the country that ever decriminalized the psychedelic drug. Is that correct?
Fuck yeah.
I would think. I mean, I didn't know if maybe some state with like a lot of First Nation, like natives or something, had probably had some sort of loose laws about that stuff.
Because they don't even fucking
religious rights.
Crack down on shit on reservations. Like, what are you doing?
Well, no,
get out of here.
That's native law. They're allowed to do their thing there.
Does American law trump native law? Probably, right? In terms
federal
of
law trumps everything, but I think native law within those, they have religious rights and stuff. They're allowed to cultivate, I think, that kind of stuff, and it's at least from in certain ones, to my understanding, certain reservations and stuff like that they have religious rights for peyote and
people in Denver are going to be doing mushrooms. It's going to be all good.
People are going to be doing mushrooms regardless.
I guess. How do you get your hands on mushrooms these days? Is that something you can make a phone call? Could you get us mushrooms right now? If I needed mushrooms for this weekend, could you get them for me?
Yes.
I like what you're saying.
I would think so.
I need mushrooms for Friday night. It's Tuesday. It's Monday, excuse me. Can you get me mushrooms for Friday night?
Yes.
Thank you, Jonathan. Yeah, dude.
Don't be giving me don't ask me for go get you an eighth. Like you got to buy like a half ounce or something. Don't waste my time with like a $30 eighth. You got to give me
I didn't know that.
$170 or something at least to go buy a decent amount.
All right. How much would that be?
I'm saying
I'm getting mushrooms for 4 people on Friday night. Can you get me that?
Yes.
All right. Let's talk.
Yeah.
888-842.
Like $120.
So that's what's that between 4 people? 3. $120, 30, 60, 90, 120. $30 a piece?
Yeah.
I can get you that. All right, I'll see you. 888-842.
Get it for me. Like, give it to me now.
Okay.
Don't make me front you.
I'm going to Venmo.
I don't want to get stuck with fucking
now what
half
do I
an
do?
ounce of fucking mushrooms.
We have mushrooms. Seth said he wanted mushrooms for
I don't
4
know,
people. I have no idea what he's talking about.
No, he hasn't called. He hasn't returned
Call
my
me. I haven't
calls.
returned your calls. He's out of town, I
I'm
think?
going
I
to
don't
eat
know.
these, I think.
888-842-2357.
I don't know. I'm trying to think of what drugs I would have a hard time getting for you right now.
Could you get me DMT right now?
That would be DMT's an elusive
Tough.
drug.
No one has DMT on the ready.
No, I mean people have DMT on the ready, but it has its
and
own.
You can't order it. There ain't no fucking dark web shit.
No,
you
this
need to
is
get
like-
it from a person. Like
yes,
make a phone call. I
this
need
is-
it tonight.
This landline only. DMT has this weird. It's like this. It's got its own elusive sort of personality that it has this ability to kind of move in and out of shapeshift a little bit. It
More of
moves
a
in and
March-
out of this.
More of a March.
this
thing,
realm.
I think. Yeah, it's really kind of died off. It's really back.
Could
from
get
March.
you some fucking sweet fucking cocaine.
Can you get me some good cocaine?
Great cocaine. I could also get you some bad cocaine if you wanted that.
I need
too.
some quality cocaine for same 4 people. How much do you need? 888-842-2357. Oh yeah, dude.
heroin. I wouldn't know what to do.
Don't want that. Got a fucking bag of oxys in my bedroom. Don't need it. 888-842-2357.
Wait, hold on a second. You got a bag of oxys in there? Do you really?
Let's talk. You
I
call
could
me.
move those.
You call me Friday. You got
You're
4
gonna
people?
have some fucking UID junkie coming
Hey,
crawling
what's
into your
up?
window.
Let's party.
At 3 in the morning.
You watch True Detective? Let's party. Episode 701 of Yeah Dude. Thank you so much for joining us. We're so excited that we got to 13 years, we got to 700 episodes, and now we embark. 701 is nice. It sets us off on the course
To 1,000.
to 1,000.
This fucking sucks doing this many because now there's just the landmarks get further and
bigger.
further away.
5,000. Episode 5,000 is going to be insane.
I said it earlier. Seth and I are proud, happy, pumped to announce that we will be doing another live show. Our first live show in quite some time.
3 years.
Our first live show period in a
Oh,
long
okay.
time, and our first live show
Oh,
in
I
Los
thought you said-
Angeles
sorry,
in
my
over
bad,
3
sorry.
years, celebrating
get
our
tickets to
13th
that.
year. That's Saturday night, April 20th. That's 420 in LA, in my neighborhood in Highland Park, at the Lodge Room. That's on Figueroa and Avenue 56. Address is actually 56, but there'll be ticket links on my Instagram. There's ticket link on the website. Tickets are being sold through Brown Paper Tickets. You can find us there.
BPT.
Please come.
April 20th. That's my 17-year sober birthday.
Something that gets a little overlooked around this time of year because of all the UID celebrations is that it's my sober fucking anniversary.
So true. You got sober in February.
I'm 2 years sober. This week.
Because when we went to North Carolina, you
Yeah,
were like,
I was like a couple of days
get
off.
my sober on. It's fucking amazing.
So
How's 2 years treating you?
it's
It's a long fucking time.
kind of over it.
Yeah.
No, I'm
with
stoked. I feel good. I miss.
Don't get too over it.
I miss smoking
Chill
grass.
before you get too over it.
I miss smoking grass.
Yeah.
That's all.
Yeah. Getting
More
high.
more so lately.
Okay. I'd hold out on that if you could for a second.
No, I know you'd like me to, but I mean, I don't make any promises about
No,
anything.
you can't make any promises.
But I it's
You know, all these Michelob commercials, you don't know what could happen to me before April 20th. He's back on the Michelob. He just always loved the bottle.
I mean, I doubt it's getting loaded after all that time is
oh, that'd be a real disaster, huh?
it's a scary thing.
That'd be a
it's scary.
real mindfuck,
Doing
huh?
it is scary. I remember doing it when I was 30. And it was scary. That's the only word I could use. It was mind
Terrifying.
expanding and all these other things, but more than anything else,
It was that absinthe
It
that
was-
fucking set you off.
terrifying.
You went
That
old school.
absinthe.
You went old school.
Oh, that absinthe.
You're like, you know how I'm going to get back new school? I got to go old school. Dressed up like Oscar Wilde. Look, what the fuck are you doing? Don't worry about it.
But I mean, listen, when I started experimenting again, one of the things I said is that there was drugs that I had not done in my life
Yeah.
that I regretted not having experienced and that I'd like to. And I knocked the majority of those
I would think.
out off my list.
Yeah. Knocked him, picked him back up, knocked him off again.
Oh, yeah. No,
Picked
I
him
mean,
back
I
up.
picked up a
Hung
habit
him
on a
Hung him
couple
on the
of
heavy bag.
But I didn't ever get to do
Drink a Sparks.
peyote.
That's really
I've
okay.
had Sparks. And so I hope I get to do peyote at some point in my life.
Okay.
Mescaline or peyote.
All right.
And ayahuasca's one of
Still-
those things. I mean, the
Still on the menu.
Oh, those
It's not
are
going anywhere.
No. I mean, they've been around longer than any of the other drugs, and
Yeah.
and will be around a lot longer. But yeah, I got to smoke a lot of heroin and
Yeah.
do all that, bang all that shit out.
All that cocaine you never got to in your 20s.
All the cocaine.
You know, I didn't get too much cocaine in my 20s. I think I can handle that now.
I definitely
Jumped in that
used
Corvette.
up my quota, my margin that I had created for myself. I managed to little buffer that I had made with those 14 years.
Circled that track.
Yeah.
Yes. Get tickets to come see us on April 20th.
Which is 420.
420.
I think that's why I've been sort of.
Yeah.
You're like we said last week. We're not allowed to get high and celebrate 420, but we demand that you do so.
We encourage everyone to.
We'll be handing out edibles at the show.
I encourage everyone to live out loud.
We're decriminalized
And however,
fully legalized in this
fully
city.
legalized
So come
comedy.
through and just fucking.
we're decriminalizing. We're criminalizing hate. We're decriminalizing love. On 420.
Get tickets.
Build things up, not tearing them
Come
down.
and see
get
us.
tickets and get tickets. We are going back to the Magic Bag in Ferndale, Michigan. That's on Saturday night, June 22nd, and you can get tickets to that as well if you are in that area. You know what? When you're an American podcast, you go back to an American city. It's sort of kind of what you do.
It's part of the deal.
It's kind of part of the deal.
It's part of the job description.
Oh, you're an American podcast? Oh, so you must love to do shows in Detroit. Well, yes. Thank you.
Well, yes, we do.
Thank you.
Very excited.
Come back for 702. Call the voicemail 888-842-2357. Go on the website, UhhYeahDude.com. Get some merch if you can, and that helps us out. And go to Patreon, and that helps us out. Obviously, a great deal to everybody that's done that. And a lot of people are so excited about this 13-year celebration. They said, I'm getting on Patreon. I want to be a part of this. And I say,
thank you.
be a part of that. And thank you.
It's our bar mitzvah.
It keeps this show
bat mitzvah money.
Keeps this show advertisement free, and it lets us keep doing it as we've done it all of this time. And that's hopefully what we get to keep doing. So come back for 702. Oh yeah, dude. Thank you. Seatbelts.
Seatbelts.